Have you ever felt as if you've lived a moment before? Or perhaps you've had a recurring dream that feels uncannily familiar? These experiences might be more than just coincidences. They could be signs that a parallel version of yourself is trying to communicate with you. Keep watching till the end to find out some of the most common signs that a parallel you is attempting to reach out. Are you ready? Parallel version. Imagine, just for a moment, that the life you are living now is just one thread in an infinite possibility. Stretching out beyond the edges of your imagination, there are other yous, countless versions of yourself, existing simultaneously in realities that are so close, you could almost touch them. In one dimension, you made that decision you hesitated on for so long. You pursued the dream you thought was impossible, and now you're living in a version of your reality where you are triumphant, fulfilled, and unshackled by the doubts that once held you down. The echoes of your laughter reverberate through the air, a perfect harmony with the universe, because in that life, everything aligned. You are the best version of yourself, bold, courageous, and successful beyond your wildest dreams. It's not a fantasy, it's just somewhere else. But as the idea of parallel realities suggests, there are other versions too. Dark, chaotic realities where a single choice, a single hesitation, spiraled you down a different path. In that life, maybe you said yes when you should have said no. You held on when you should have let go. And now you walk a road where the weight of regret presses on your every step. The air is thicker, heavier, and you wonder how things could have been different. If only the idea of infinite coexisting dimensions isn't just science fiction. It's a profound spiritual and philosophical concept. Each dimension represents a version of you shaped by the energy of your thoughts, your intentions, and your decisions. When you think about the countless what-ifs that haunt you late at night, you're not just pondering possibilities. You are tuning into the vibrations of parallel versions of yourself, living those other lives in real time. What if the smallest choice you make today, whether you decide to take a new job, leave a toxic relationship, or embrace a long-buried dream, creates a new ripple in the fabric of the universe? What if that ripple doesn't just change your current life but fractures reality itself, branching off into a new dimension where another you walks through the door you've just opened? In these infinite realities, you are everything you could be. The shy, uncertain you of today might be a fearless adventurer in another timeline, living a life of boundless exploration. Maybe in one world you are the artist you always wanted to be but never dared to become. In another, you found love in a place you never thought to look. These other yous aren't strangers. They're just a reflection of what could have been or what could still be. It's said that each thought, each fleeting intention, has the power to shape the universe. It is this universal consciousness, the collective web of all energy in existence, that births new dimensions with every heartbeat. The energy you put out, your fears, your desires, and your passions vibrates into the ether, and in doing so, they create another version of the story, another dimension, another you. Somewhere in reality, not too far from here, you already made that brave choice you've been afraid of, and there you are thriving. But the question remains, what will you do in this reality? Will you take the steps that bring you closer to the life you desire? Or will you find comfort in knowing that somewhere out there, in one of those infinite worlds, another you already have? The existence of parallel realities doesn't just speak to the infinite nature of the universe. It speaks to the infinite potential within you. Every time you pause and wonder what might have been, remember somewhere it already is. The challenge, the mystery, and the adventure lie in deciding which version of yourself you want to meet in this life. Every decision, every action you take, aligns you with a different vibration, drawing you toward a different version of yourself. The power is yours. What will you do next? What reality will you create? Picture this. You're sitting alone, contemplating a difficult decision, when suddenly a strange feeling washes over you. A sense that you know what you should do, as if the answer came from somewhere beyond your conscious mind. Or perhaps in the quiet of the night, a dream shakes you awake, vivid and clear, leaving behind a lingering feeling that it meant something more. Could it be that these moments are not random at all, but messages from another version of you, existing just beyond the veil of this reality, trying to guide you. In the concept of parallel realities, while each version of ourselves exists in distinct dimensions, we remain deeply interconnected through the consciousness that created us. Consciousness, in this sense, transcends the physical and the metaphysical. It's the thread that binds us, allowing communication across dimensions. But how do we recognize when a version of ourselves from another reality is trying to break through and send us a sign? Signs of a parallel version of you. 1. Intuition, a whisper from beyond. Have you ever felt an unshakable gut feeling, a powerful instinct that something was right or wrong, despite having no logical reason to believe it? This heightened sense of intuition may be one of the most common ways our alternate selves communicate with us. These instincts can be the echoes of decisions made in parallel realities, where another version of you has already walked a similar path. Perhaps, in a different dimension, you chose a different route and are now trying to steer the version of you here in the right direction. When you feel a strong inner knowing that defies logic, trust that it could be coming from another part of your consciousness, another you who has already experienced the outcome you're contemplating. 2. Déjà vu, glimpses across the veil. Déjà vu is one of the most mysterious sensations we experience. Those brief moments when it feels like we've lived this exact moment before. But what if déjà vu is more than just a neurological quirk? What if it's a ripple between dimensions, where the boundary between your reality and another version of yourself thins, and you momentarily glimpse across the divide? In that instant, you're not just recalling a past moment. You're experiencing a crossover from another reality where this event has already happened. It's a fleeting reminder that your consciousness is connected to infinite timelines, and that other versions of yourself are living moments just like this one, or moments that almost were this one. 3. Dreams, the portal between realities. Our dreams are often dismissed as random creations of the subconscious mind, but many spiritual traditions believe that dreams are gateways to other dimensions. When you dream, your mind may be crossing into alternate realities where other versions of you exist, experiencing lives very different from your own. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so real, that it felt like more than just a creation of your mind? These dreams might be direct communication from another version of yourself, offering guidance, solutions, or even warnings. Pay attention to recurring dreams, especially those that seem to present solutions to problems or hint at new paths. These could be your parallel selves reaching out, trying to help you navigate this version of your reality. 4. Synchronicities, cosmic alignments. Have you ever noticed how sometimes when you're thinking about a particular issue or question, the universe seems to respond in unexpected ways? Perhaps you're pondering a decision and out of nowhere you see or hear something that feels like a direct answer. An article, a conversation, a song lyric. This could be synchronicity, the universe's way of aligning events in your favor. But what if it's also a nudge from a parallel version of yourself? In another reality, maybe that choice you're considering has already been made, and the other you is living with the consequences. These synchronicities could be messages from that version of you, using the flow of the universe to steer you toward a better outcome or guide you away from potential regret. When you encounter synchronicities, especially in rapid succession, take note. They may be the breadcrumbs your alternate selves are leaving for you, urging you to pay attention. 5. Repeating numbers or symbols, signs from the universe. Have you ever noticed a specific number or symbol showing up repeatedly in your life, seemingly without reason? For example, you keep glancing at the clock at exactly 11:11, or you see the same animal or symbol over and over again in different places. These signs could be communication from the universe, yes, but they could also be markers from another version of yourself, guiding you. Perhaps in another dimension you've associated a specific number or symbol with a critical moment or decision, and now that sign is bleeding through into your current reality, trying to draw your attention. Pay close attention to these repeating signs, as they might be clues to the path you should follow. 6. Unexplained emotional shifts, tuning into another life. Sometimes, out of nowhere, you might feel a sudden wave of emotion that doesn't seem to have any clear cause. It could be a sudden surge of happiness, a strange sadness, or even a deep sense of longing. These emotional shifts might not belong solely to your current reality. They could be the feelings of another version of yourself, filtering through the thin barriers between dimensions. In a parallel life, you could be going through something deeply emotional, and because all versions of you are interconnected, that energy can seep through to your consciousness here. These emotional waves are often subtle but powerful, and they can give you insight into what other versions of yourself are experiencing. 7. Sudden clarity, a moment of knowing. Every so often, you may experience a moment of sudden clarity, an overwhelming sense of knowing exactly what to do or where to go. It feels as if the fog has lifted, and you can finally see your path clearly. These moments can be rare, but when they happen, they often come out of nowhere and feel almost magical. This clarity may come from a version of you that has already navigated the situation you're facing. In a parallel reality, the other you may have figured out the puzzle you're grappling with now, and is sending that knowledge across the divide. It's as if your consciousness syncs up for a brief moment, offering you the wisdom you need to make the right move. How to tune yourself to these parallel realities. But how do you reach through that veil? How do you tune yourself to the same frequency as these parallel realities so you can learn from them, integrate their wisdom, and become the fullest version of yourself? It all begins with vibrational attunement, the practice of aligning your energy with the universal flow so you can connect more clearly, more powerfully, with the other yous out there. You see, the universe is pure energy. Every thought, every intention, and every emotion you have is a vibration, a frequency sent out into the cosmos. And just as a radio must be tuned to the correct frequency to pick up a station, so too must your own energy be attuned to connect with the other dimensions of yourself. The goal is to not just hear the faint whispers from these other realities, but to have them resonate deeply within you, to guide you, and to integrate their lessons into your present life. Step 1. Elevating your vibration. Everything starts with your own vibration. If you want to connect with parallel versions of yourself, you must first elevate your own frequency to match theirs. This means aligning your energy with the highest possible version of yourself in this reality. Begin by clearing the clutter of negative emotions, fear, doubt, anger. These lower frequencies act like static, making it harder for you to pick up on the subtle vibrations of your alternate selves. To elevate your vibration, cultivate practices of gratitude, love, and joy. Meditate daily, focusing on clearing your mind and letting go of any heavy energy. Visualize yourself surrounded by light and imagine your energy field expanding, becoming lighter, more fluid, and more attuned to the frequencies of the universe. When you raise your vibration, you start to resonate with the higher frequencies of your alternate selves, the versions of you who are thriving, who have already made the decisions you are struggling with. You'll begin to feel their presence more clearly, sensing their wisdom. Step 2. Mindful meditation for attunement. Once your vibration is elevated, it's time to take the next step: attunement. Attuning your energy with the parallel versions of yourself requires mindful focus. Set aside time each day for deep meditation, where your intention is to tune in to your other realities. Close your eyes, slow your breathing, and allow yourself to drift into a relaxed state. Picture a mirror in front of you, and within that mirror, visualize different versions of yourself stepping forward. See them as clearly as you can: the one who made different choices, the one who pursued a different passion, the one who is living the life you've always dreamed of. Let your mind settle on a particular version that feels important. As you focus on this other you, imagine your energies syncing, like two musical notes that begin to harmonize. Feel the connection strengthen, like a thread tying you together across time and space. Ask silently, "What lesson do you have for me?" Or "What can I learn from your experience?" Allow the answers to come, not in words necessarily, but in feelings, symbols, or sudden realizations. Don't force it. Let the messages rise up naturally. With practice, these meditative moments will become powerful channels for receiving guidance from your alternate selves. You'll begin to notice shifts in your awareness, subtle changes in how you perceive your life, and clear signs that you're integrating their wisdom into your present reality. integrating the lessons into daily life. Once you start receiving guidance from your alternate selves, it's crucial to integrate these lessons into your daily life. It's not enough to simply hear the messages. You must act on them. Take the insights you receive and begin applying them to your current reality. If you've connected with a version of yourself who is living a more fulfilled life, ask yourself, what steps did they take to get there? What choices did they make that I haven't yet considered? If you felt the regret of an alternate self who made a different decision, reflect on that emotion and ask how you can avoid repeating the same mistakes. Start small. Take action in alignment with the lessons you've learned, whether it's pursuing a new opportunity, changing a habit, or letting go of something that no longer serves you. As you do, you'll notice that your life starts to shift. You'll begin to see your reality reflecting the higher possibilities you've connected with in your parallel selves. But here's the truth. None of these practices, no meditation, no vibrational attunement, no mindful connection, will be fully effective without the most vital element of all, self-awareness. Without it, everything remains a blur, like static on a radio station that you just can't quite tune in. It's the key that unlocks the door between you and your parallel selves. Without deep perception and awareness of your own inner world, you'll find yourself stuck in the same cycle, repeating the same patterns, and wondering why you can't break through to the life you know exists out there, just beyond reach. Self-awareness is where the real power lies. It's about consciously observing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, becoming a witness to the energy you're sending out into the universe. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take creates ripples. It's easy to overlook this and fall into autopilot, where you react to life rather than create it. But when you start paying attention, you begin to see the truth of how you're shaping your reality, whether consciously or unconsciously. Identifying negative patterns. Here's where things get interesting and challenging. As you start to observe your inner world with clarity, you'll begin to identify the patterns that may be keeping you stuck in an undesirable reality. Negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, toxic emotions. These are the low-frequency vibrations that tether you to a version of yourself living a life of struggle, dissatisfaction, or fear. They are like anchors, keeping you trapped in a reality you're desperate to move beyond. Ask yourself, what stories am I telling myself? What beliefs do I hold about what is possible for me? How do I react to challenges? These questions open the door to a deeper understanding of how you are participating in the creation of your own reality. Perhaps you're holding on to a belief that you're not good enough, or that happiness is something that happens to other people. Maybe you're stuck in a cycle of self-doubt, constantly second-guessing yourself and replaying the same negative scripts in your mind. These patterns send out energy into the universe, and that energy in turn shapes the reality you experience. Without identifying and addressing these patterns, you'll continue to attract the same situations, the same struggles, the same challenges, because you're stuck emitting the same frequency. So how do you shift it? How do you step out of the old frequency and into the new one, the one that will connect you with the higher, more empowered versions of yourself? It begins with cultivating daily awareness. Every day, take time to observe yourself as if you were an outsider looking in. Watch your thoughts as they arise. Notice how they make you feel. Do they uplift you, or do they pull you down? When you experience a strong emotion, whether it's anger, fear, or joy, pause for a moment and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it rooted in the present, or is it a reaction to something deeper, perhaps even from another reality? As you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions, you'll start to see patterns emerge. You'll notice how often you fall into certain thought loops or emotional states. You'll recognize the moments when your vibration dips into a lower frequency, and with that awareness, you can begin to shift it. And here's the secret that will change everything. Once you become aware of your patterns, you gain the power of choice. You no longer have to be a passive participant in your own life, reacting to the world around you. Instead, you become the creator of your reality, choosing which thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to nurture, and which to release. When you catch yourself falling into an old negative pattern, stop, breathe, and choose a different path. Instead of letting doubt control you, choose confidence. Instead of allowing fear to dictate your actions, choose courage. Instead of replaying a story of limitation, rewrite it with possibility. Each time you make that choice, you're raising your vibration. You're aligning more and more with the higher frequencies of your parallel selves, the ones who have already conquered these same struggles and are living the life you desire. As you raise your self-awareness, you'll naturally begin to harmonize with the frequency of the reality you wish to create. Your thoughts will start to shift toward empowerment. Your emotions will become more aligned with joy and gratitude, and your actions will reflect the energy of someone who is in control of their destiny. The more you practice this, the clearer the communication with your parallel selves becomes. It's like tuning into a radio station with perfect clarity. No more static, no more interference. You'll start to receive insights, guidance, and even warnings from these other versions of yourself. Their lessons, their wisdom will flow through you, helping you make decisions that are in alignment with your highest path. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time if you are still with me, and if you would like, please think about subscribing to our channel. You may then receive updates on new videos that will provide you with additional knowledge, manifestations, philosophy, and personal development ideas. Your thoughts and opinions regarding this video would be much appreciated. Your contribution stimulates our cosmic research, and we are incredibly appreciative of your being here. And never forget that we are always here for you and wish you the best possible life filled with success and happiness. I hope you have an amazing day. If you have watched until the end, please respond with MMM, Master Motivational Mindset, so we can connect.